Hi everybody, and I'm just continuing my book, and I find the more that I write, my experiences, my beliefs, my thoughts, my interpretations, my reflections, the more I can process my life, and it's like having a conversation with my higher self. And I especially love writing on paper and really find that as I write my thoughts down, I really get clear about what is it I'm learning, and what is it that I have to share and give. And we went and visited a friend today that helped us really get clear on what is it we want to work on for our goals and life purpose. And for me, I just really want to get this book out there. And so thank you to my friend and to my partner that's just unbelievably supportive of my book and my writing. And I still question it all the time, and I just keep coming back to it and being like, nope, I'm doing this and it's worth doing, and I'm helping people and I'm helping myself in the process as well. And so here's a little bit more that I wrote for my book today. And my goal is to write every day something, and to record it and put it on here, and then have that transcribed and put into my book. And so here's my article today from September 14th. It's Sunday, 2025. What is cool about writing my book? Well, I get to process what I'm learning. Each day I learn something new through people, friends, mentors, even adversaries, through experiences and trying different things. I learn through processing my thoughts and feelings. My feelings guide me to where I want to be. But ego doesn't always hear the heart. And what feels good temporarily doesn't always lead us to feel good in the long run. And sometimes we need to put ourselves into stressful situations to grow. Also, what is stressful at first could end up being rewarding in time. My sister was so brave. She went all the way to Ireland to go to medical school. She was lonely and wanted to quit sometimes. But my mom kept encouraging her to keep going. Eventually she graduated. She went on to help so many people. Why did she succeed? Because she listened to her heart and not her head. You see, one of my friends who writes some of the best lyrics I've heard, and is a talented singer-songwriter, had us over today. He recently did a gig with us where me and him and Trevor played together, and I did my poems and they did their music. And he came by to collect the payment. And as we sat there at the cafe catching up, he said a very important question. Is there anything I can help you with? Is there anything that you want to hire me for that I can help you with? And we looked at each other and said, actually, yes. Yes, there is. Trevor wanted to get some help to be more focused on his music career, practicing, writing songs, and marketing. Me, I wanted to put my ebooks on social media and get help transcribing my poetry and get my book recordings transcribed so I can put them in my book. I didn't know how to do any of this, but he said he could figure it out. Sometimes we need to come together with our friends to ask for help or to collaborate. And so I was so motivated on the way there that I went through all my emails, my note folders, my files, to see what writing I had ready for my book, to see what poems I had ready. And as I went through my emails, I realized a lot of them were missing. I accidentally deleted them when I was clearing my phone off for more space. Sometimes good intentions don't always really lead us to where we want to be, and sometimes it's better to slow down and pay attention and not go too fast and just rush through things, realizing later that you made a mistake. But I could have been hard on myself. But instead, I decided to go easy, to forgive myself, to learn from the experience. I still have a lot of my writing and poems, and I'm really grateful for that. Instead of getting angry and bitter, and I was a little bit, I decided to have compassion for myself. That feels a lot better. And so, after the meeting, I went through all my journals, and I have a lot of journals. In fact, my grandma gave me a whole box this big. Each of us, actually. It's a beautiful chest, and because I'm the oldest in the family of the girl cousins, I got the biggest one. She also gave us each a coin with an animal on it, and mine was a cougar. And in the angel cougar cards, cougar represents leadership. So I went through all my journals so I could pull out anything that I thought was worthy for my book. And I realized that I have a lot of journal entries I could put in my book too. Or I can make a whole separate book of them. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I won't even use them at all. And as I went through these poems and pulled out pages and pages of writing that I could use for my book, I realized something. Let me stop winging it and read my book here. And so, while I was doing this, I scanned through many journals from over the years, reading through brief excerpts from so many pages. I forgot I even had so many journal entries from over the years. There was a lot of my life that was traumatic that I actually didn't even remember. I didn't remember sitting down and writing journal entry after journal entry as I went through it. Wow, I thought, now I remember more about what it was like back then. I also remembered how my journal was like a best friend that I could talk to at any time. I remembered how scared I was often, and how I had no idea if I would ever feel lasting happiness ever again. I knew I was in a tunnel. I knew there was the possibility of the tunnel ending, and I knew I could never go back from where I came. All I could see was a little ways in front of me, but also I could see little insights along the way as I was writing, and little lessons that I was learning that kept me going. But I was treading water. I was doing all I could for a long time to simply just stay alive, waiting for something or someone to save me. Eventually something had to change, or I knew I wouldn't make it. Over the years, there was a lot of good decisions and good people in my life. And eventually through self-care, joining new communities, going back to school, finding new friends, getting new jobs or volunteer jobs, things began to shift. Happiness eventually began to outweigh the pain. It took a long time to get back there. Some days the pain still outweighs the happiness. And other days it's the opposite. But can I really complain when I look at where I came from? I am so relieved and grateful every day for this beautiful and blessed and sacred life. For my relationship with a loving partner, an amazing family, a great job, and most of all, a beautiful community. Through creative hobbies, including my book, my poems, performing my poems, telling my story, and writing often, and all the beautiful music and singing and drumming. And yet always in the back of my mind is the fear of losing it all. But yet something in me tells me to keep trying things, keep giving, keep writing, keep receiving. And somehow, maybe it will all work out. And thank goodness for that thought, and that feeling, and that intuition. I love my life. I love myself. I love all of you. God gave me back what I put out. And most of all, I learned to be my own best friend. And so can you.